Again, good day everyone. My name is Sheridan May Rivera and I will discuss the lesson 2 which is adapting to new technology. So when we say adapting to new technology, people nowadays kay halos nagagamit na jud og technology for personal use, sa pang-professional na antas or for business. Kumbaga, dependent na tayo sa technology. Sumasabay na ang mga tao karon sa unsa ang uso, trending o pag-evolve sa atong ekonomiya. So, syempre, dako kaayo gi-impact ang new technology sa atong economic. Next, we have the letter A. What is the new technology? So, it is any set of progress and techniques which offer significant help over the created technology for a given process is a new technology. It means that any invention, discovery, improvement, or innovation. Ang purpose sa new technology kay para mapadali ang information, mapagaan ug madali ang trabaho sa tao. Kumbaga, magiging productive ang mga tao by the help of our new technology. Next is the letter B. Millennials and social media. Millennials for the last 10 years have gained a massive increase of popularity when it comes to social networking online, with common users collectively counting in millions. Both males and females have an equal amount of using the social network, and no difference has occurred in regards to nationality and race. So, millennials and social media, in other words, how millennials act or use social media. Ang the best example ani kay ang paggamit sa mga millennials aning mga apps nga Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok ug uban pa. Tungod kay diri jud kadalasang nagatambay ang mga millennials by posting their pictures, updating, stalking, pagiging marites, and of course na yung mga cyber act nga mga panghitabo diri tungod kay gina-post man nato ang atong mga information. And we have chart here that was conducted by Harris Poll in the United States from June 27 to July 1, 2014. Makita nato diri kung kinsa jud ang kadalasang nagagamit og social media, which is ang millennials. Makita nato diri no nga 60% siya ang pinaka-dako. And ang pinakagamay is 17%, which is 65 years old plus na sila. Mao na sila ang mga nagagamit pod. So, here, the Facebook, as what I said kaganina no, na-mention na ko siya. Facebook is a social networking website where users are free to post their current status, comment on posts, share photos, and post links about news or an attention-grabbing content outside of Facebook itself. So, ang Facebook no, kay grabe ka trending nga apps sa social media platform. Tungod manggod kay ang Facebook open ra kaayo, free ra kaayo siya nga ma-post kung unsa man ang imong gusto. Kanang ma-access jud siya sa mga tao ba. Og naaputay table diri no, makita nato nga grabe ka trending jud ang Facebook. Nagsunod ang kaning YouTube, next is Instagram, next is Twitter, Pinterest, Reddit o Tumblr. And makita nato nga duha ni siya color, nganong color man ni siya. So kaning color orange pasabutan ni use daily. Then kaning yellow kay use occasionally lang. Next, we have the letter C, social media on millennials. Social media has become more developed and approved by most of the people in regards to trends and style. It is the most used way as today for interacting and communicating globally. So, social media on millennials. In other words, how affects social media on millennials? Ang social media sa mga millennials manggod karon nowadays kay grabe ang influence. It is because millennials are spending plenty of time and nahimong habit sa mga tao, especially sa mga millennials, ang paggamit og social media to express themselves and connect about personal matters. The conflict of millennials to social media with their cell phones discharge chemical that is called dopamine. That when an individual gets a notification, it will make him or her feel good and better. They express their emotions through social media because they are expecting a response from others. That is what makes them feel good. Dopamine is the exact same chemical that makes people feel good when they smoke and drink. So, in other words, it is indeed extremely addictive. And here are the fast facts about social media. First, Web 2.0 and interactive. Second, it has features of user-generated profiles. Third, users can generate the content. Fourth, the 69% users of social media were Americans based on the 2018 survey. Fifth, two Asian countries lead in the list of social media. They are India and China. Sixth, online time spent of an individual on social media is over 1/5. Next, the many forms of social media. It has many forms of diversity of technology, enabled activities that includes blogging, social gaming, photo and video sharing, business and social networks, virtual worlds, reviews, and many more. Government, private sector, politicians, and international and local celebrities make use of social media to engage with constituents, customers, voters, and avid fans. For individuals, social media platform kay gamit kaayo siya for individual, no, for a personal matter, like for example to contact your family, friends, and classmates. And of course, makahelp siya nimo to search for opportunities on to your career, and search for your interests and emotions that engage social media activities. And of course, for business, ang social media dako kayo tabang for business because you can post your product, pwede ka mamaligya dira og bisag unsa sa online para makakwarta ngon ana. And the last part of my discussion, real-world example. There are positive and negative sides of social media that may use in any point of platform features, equating its overuse that leads to an addiction and contributes to absent-mindedness, stress, and jealousy. So, social media platform kay naadyo'y positive and negative, no, because dili tanan tao parehas og belief. There are so many opinions nga galay-lahi that cause of haters, bashers, judgments nga mao ang mahimong mga negative side. For individual, makapa-feel na to na og kuano kanang stress, overthinking, maka-down og makawala og self-confidence because sa mga ingon ana nga mga comments. And there are the figures for the most popular social media websites as of January 2019 are as follows. First, as of January 2019, 2.27 billion users of Facebook. Second, 1.9 billion users of YouTube. Third, 1.5 billion users of WhatsApp. Fourth, 1.3 billion user of Facebook Messenger. Fifth, 1.8 billion users of WeChat. Sixth, 1.1 billion user of Instagram. Seventh, 803 million users of QQ. Eighth, 531 million users of Qzone. Ninth, 500 million users of Douyin/TikTok. And the 10th, 446 million users of Sinuwebo.
So letter D, millennials' dependency on the internet. Almost everyone in today's time uses technology, whether it is for the means of communication, to usage of machines, to building fire, that is technology. With the century we are currently living in with technology surrounding us, technology has helped us in our daily lives. So, sa panahon karon, Napabay taong wala nagagamit og technology? Of course, wala na, di ba? Because it is very useful in many ways, like doing the simple household chores. Technology makes the work easier, effortless, and dali pa siya mahuman rather than doing it with our own hands. Not just that, technology like machines are very helpful too para magbuhat ng mga infrastructures, parihaan ng buildings, houses, bridges, and many more. And also, in terms for communication, many people use social media or internet, and most of them are the millennials. Some millennials use media properly, but there are people also who abuse it, or should I say, they're obsessed by it. We can't blame them, especially now nga daghan na kayong mga social media platforms or mga applications sa smartphones that made them addicted to it or dependent to it. But still, it's up to the person kung magpadala ba siya or dili. Though there are a lot of ways na magpakita how dependent the millennials are on the internet or technology. Ang una ana kay ang information gathering. Millennials rely on the internet for gathering any information. With the number of accessible information in the internet such as Google and Wikipedia, they could access all the information they want. Yes, millennials are really dependent on the internet in terms of gathering information. When they don't know or want to know something, they're just going to Google it, and with just one click on their phones, they could now get the informations they wanted. In regards with where the millennials get their daily news, aside from the Google, kabalo ba mo kung asa dyan nagakuha og news ang mga millennials? It is not on the television either. Instead, they get the informations from social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and etc. Even in a survey, a number of 88% of millennials receive or get news from Facebook. And we already know that the fact that Facebook is one of the biggest and famous social media site. So next is the navigation and transportation. To get around the area or to go to a specific place, the old way is to grab yourself a map and that will help you navigate. But with today's advanced technology, all you need is GPS or even a smartphone. Diba sa una ginagamit man jud ining mo ato sa laing lugar kay mapa or katong kompas? Pero karon, ang ginagamit na kay GPS or smartphone like i-navigate lang nimo dito sa Google Map para makabalo ka asa na direction o route ka dapat moagi. And also, with the use of the transportation, kay mas mapaspas ang imong pag-arrive sa imong destination. Then number 3, communication. The millennials or Generation Y are more globally diverse compared to the previous generations. They have friends and families all over the world, and through the use of apps like Facebook, Messenger, Skype, and etc., they could now connect to the world and build relationship with the people around it. Either it is near or far away, they could still communicate and contact to each other, but of course with the use of internet connection. And lastly, the number 4, which is the education. It is amazing how technology has evolved. Today, you can already learn and study via your computer. There are already online schools wherein they will give you books and activities so that you won't need to leave your home. Even now that it's still a pandemic, we couldn't deny the fact how useful the technology really is, Jude, kay diba? With the use of it, kay nakakontinue dyan punta sa atong studies online despite of having a crisis. However, most of the students rely on the Google, especially itong mga estudyanteng dili stable ang internet connection when having an online class. Letter E. Google is making us stupid? Does the Google really is making us stupid? An article by Nicholas Carr has blown up the internet because he is saying that the internet, not just Google, is making us stupid. He also mentions the dangers that will come forth in future generations based on the risks of the open web internet. In fact, Carr argues when we give in to the natural impulses to click and skim rather than to read and think, the internet may actually doing us a disservice. It shortens our attention spans and even inhibits our ability to read longer books and articles. Before we judge it, let's hear first the purpose why the company made Google. So the company Google stated that their mission is to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. It is hard for people not to use Google these days. We use Google for everything from education to online shopping to tutorials on how to make a certain meal. Google wanted to be the perfect search engine, which means that it will understand what will you want and will give you exactly what you require. They wanted it to be an artificial intelligence wherein they could solve never before solved problems. However, according to Carr, we are all good if our brains were replaced or supplemented by artificial intelligence. By that, it suggests that intelligence is simply a series of steps to be measured and optimized. It can only imply that the human brain is just an old and outdated computer that will need an update. With every click we make and every day that we surf the web, Google and other companies collect information and feed us advertisements. It's an economic ploy to drive us to distraction and they gain money. How ironic, di ba? They might help us but in return, they gain money from us. So in other words, it was like a give and take situation, wherein it gives us the information we wanted, but it takes our patience. Research says the internet has made us lazy and impatient as well. Like you mentioned in Nicholas Carr, it inhibits our ability to read longer books and articles, from able to that turns into incapable. Another is, there are times wherein people do not want to think for themselves and just rely on search engines such as Google. Mao na makasultita nga, if there's a good side, there's always a bad side out of it. Though technology has been praised and criticized at the same time, we can still all say that we are thankful that it continues to evolve.
Good day, everyone. This is Julia Torimonia, and at this moment, I will be the one to discuss to you the next topic for Lesson 2, which is all about Google. Google was actually a name of an American company that was founded on September 4, 1998 by Larry Page and Sergey Brin. Their company began as an internet search engine but has since become a technology giant that offers over 50 products and services. This includes software, hardware, online advertising technologies, and many more. The core of the company is their search engine, or the Google search, which indexes web pages to allow users to access information through keyword inputs. The following are its features and benefits. Google Search has a search box for your query. It instantly provides answers. It searches instantly different websites, news, maps, videos, images, and much more. And lastly, it provides suggestions, alternative search terms, and misspelled word or phrase. Through Google safety features, you can enable the safe search to filter explicit contents like pornography, violence, and gore from your search results. You can also browse the web privately, and you can limit your access on the approved games and applications. Another business segment of Google company is the advertising, which remains the primary focus for the company and brings in the most revenue. One of their advertising products and services is the Google Analytics, which allow owners of websites to keep track of visitors to their sites and how people use them. Google also offers software services such as the Chrome, which is designed to be fast and simply to download things for free on the internet. Here are the following key benefits and features of Google Chrome. 1. Pages are easy and fast to open and load. 2. Capable of searching the web inside the address bar. Number 3. Capable of adding favorite websites to the favorite module and/or folder. Number 4. Personalization of browser through iGoogle that can include local news, weather, sport, anything else that interests the users. And number 5, connecting to Gmail email account from within the browser. Google also offers hardware products such as the Nexus One, which was the first Android phone under its own brand. But it was replaced by a new brand called Pixel after the eventual discontinuation of the Nexus branding in 2016. Aside from this, Google also offers consumer services or web-based services such as the Google Calendar for time management and scheduling, Google Maps for mapping, navigation and satellite imagery, Google Drive for cloud storage of files, Google Docs, Sheets, and Slides for productivity, Google Photos for photo storage and sharing, and lastly Gmail, which we can use to send and receive money from our friends or family using the Google Wallet balance. So here are the following guides or steps on how to make a payment with Gmail. The first thing to do is to go to Gmail, then open the account and click Compose, then add the email address of the receiver. Add a subject and message text, then click the #sterling symbol. After that, send money via Google Wallet, click on Add Debit Card. Add the credit or debit card details, enter the amount you want to send, then click Review and Attach. Have one more spot check, then click on Send. On receiving a payment on Gmail, all you need to do is to add a debit card to receive the money, then open the Gmail account, then open the message with the attached money, and click Claim Money. On requesting money from someone using Gmail, you need to follow the same steps to making a payment except click on Request, click Review, then Attach, then click Send. And if you'd like more help with this service, you can go to Google's Help Center. And that ends our discussion for Lesson 2. Lesson 3 will be discussed to you by Miss Casas and Miss Orbita. Thank you.